Good morning, folks. Fred Thompson checking in with you. Ah, man, lots happened since I made the last video. Folks, I think I'm going to dedicate this video to telling you how to fight back against your perpetrators and your stalkers. And also, I'm going to put in here some ways that you could protest and get the word out on gang stalking and without being assaulted or. Because believe you me, when you start talking about these people, they're going to come out and they're going to assault you, and they're going to find ways to get to you. Since we last talked, since I last posted my last video, I been followed around by the drone still, and last night I've been running around trying to find batteries for my megaphone because that was my main line of defense. What I'm doing is carrying around a megaphone in a bag that and playing there's an episode that's called Gang Stalking Every TI Must See. And you have to watch this, folks. This lady really lays it down right, and I tell you, I would have never known what was going on until I seen this video. Again, the name of that video is Gang Stalking Every TI Must See. And the very beginning of that video, if you can get it on a megaphone or if you can play it over a loudspeaker, I've got a megaphone I got from Radio Shack for $100, but you can rig up. Mine runs off 10 watts, so there's ways you can rig up a battery system to, where you don't have to. Matter of fact, let me grab it so I can show you. Oh, anyway, if you take the battery compartment out, there's a screw in there. You can take the battery compartment out, and there's two wires at the very bottom. If you pull the cylinder out where the batteries go, and there's a negative and a positive. All you have to do is hook that to a 12-volt battery. You can hook it to your car battery. You can hook it to anything. You can solder it if you'd like. It would probably be better to solder it, make it a permanent fix. You can drill a hole in the side of it and run you a cigarette plug wire, which is really easy to do. If you know anything about electronics or soldering or wire is just wire. Yeah, folks, I don't know. I'm having a battery issue. I can't find the batteries. They want $20 for the batteries, and as you know, I'm broke and I'm on the streets and I'm being assaulted by these people 24/7. As I was saying, I'm going to devote this video to telling you. Let me get back to what happened last night. Last night, I was coming back to this side of Pasadena, and I got mysteriously, after being assaulted 24/7, over and going and picking up my megaphone. See, they didn't like the idea of me going and get my megaphone out of my RV, because now I have a defense. You see, I can speak out to the public. I can tell hundreds of people at one time what's going on, and I don't have to tell them. I can just post that video. The very beginning, the very first 2 or 3 minutes, just 2 minutes of that video tells everything they need to know. Everything that the way this lady lays it down, she just lays it down right. Everything just lines up in your head about gang stalking and TIs. And you only got to play 2 or 3 minutes of it, and you can cut it off and you can run. But yeah, that's all I can tell you. It's a good line of defense because they really hate having to track and follow hundreds of people. Believe me, if it's costing more money and to keep those people under control, it's going to cost them a lot more than it is just you. Ways you can do this, ways you can protect yourself. Okay, a megaphone is one way. If you don't have a lot of money and you can't get a hold of a directional sound device, a megaphone is one way you can protect yourself from these people. You can rig a megaphone up in a bag like this. Get up, go get it. Got this bag here, as you can see, I know my speech is a little confused. Motorcycle guys riding by, just trying to diverse me, keep me from continuing telling you this. But I got a megaphone in here. You can also hook a battery into here too, and you can walk around with this discreet and enclosed. Okay, this is the back of your megaphone. All right, this opens up. This one's been around. Had it out on the beach. There's your battery. It runs off 8D cell batteries, C cell batteries. Lasts a long time on the batteries. Pop this out, pop this cylinder out. There's two wires in the very. Take this screw out, the whole thing slides out. You can solder your own wires in. You can run it off a 12-volt battery. If you're really cost-wise on the batteries, you can buy two 6-volt batteries at Family Dollar. Wire them up in series. Build your own little box to carry around your bag, and that gives you 12 volts. So it'll run a lot longer on that. So instead of paying, the big dollar for the Radio Shack's got the little batteries, little 12 volts, lead acid rechargeables. You can buy those and carry those around. One of those would do, and it's not that heavy, and that would run your megaphone for long periods of time. What you have to do, folks, these people are really, they're very afraid of sound, okay? And I know, if sound affects you too, a lot of people can't handle loud sounds. I just happen to grow up with a drill sergeant, so it really doesn't bother me. But I have realized if you take some really loud speaking people, say off the internet or whatever, and you put it on a CD or whatever, you carry this bag around. If they do drive-bys on you with noise campaigns, you can aim it at them and you can hit them with a megaphone alone. The sound travels in a cone, and when it hits you, believe me, it's gonna shake you up a little. I don't know if you've ever been in front of a megaphone, but folks, this is completely illegal. And those loud noise campaigns, that's completely illegal what they're doing. Other than, I don't know, I think it is a disturbance of the peace, but, I think you can get by with it. But that's one line of defense. Another line of defense is you can get the directional sound device, and you can also protest with this directional sound device. If you see a large group of people, you can widen the column of the directional sound device, and you can make that whole group of people hear what you have to say without anybody else in the background hearing. So that's one way to protest and be discreet about it and be elite about it. Also, you can use a directional sound device to attack your perpetrators, because you got to think they're using sonic warfare on you, so why not you use sonic warfare on them? That's the only alternative I have for you, other than to tell millions of people what is going on and to come together. You have to come together. All of you TIs must come together. I mean, look at me. This is what's going on. I'm alone. I have nothing. People are assaulting me. They're assaulting me in my sleep. They're doing all kinds of things to me. They're making me lose my voice somehow with frequencies. I have a muscle that just tore in my back last night because I was sitting like this and watching the computer. I was watching an episode supposedly I'm not supposed to be watching on Benjamin Fulford. Okay, folks? They're putting drones over the top of me, misting these quinolones. That's what happened to me last night. Either that, or they had the bird. These drones are the size of birds now. They can land the drone anywhere they want. You wouldn't even know it was there. So stay in enclosed areas. That's another thing. If you're allergic to quinolones, that's another weapon of that they have against us. As I said before, down on the beach, if you're in the wind, you're pretty much safe from that. But aside from that, getting back to the directional sound, that could be one of your prized defense mechanisms, because these people really do not like crisp, loud sounds. And I don't know if you've ever heard German or English people talk, but their voices are very crisp. And the reason for that being is probably because a lot of these people, I don't know where they're from, or when you're from up north, if you've ever paid attention to the sound in cold weather, the sound is more crisp. So certain people's brains are adept. We're all different. We're all different in many ways. And certain people can't handle, loud, crisp sounds. And I've found that to be a prized defense against these people, is using loud, amplified sound. And, I'm not the only one that used that. I learned that from other people. They've used it on me before. I'm not all that. When my ears are messed up, I can't handle the sound. But you just think of this: if you've got the directional sound device and you pump the volume up to 85 decibels, you put an amplifier on it, you can really shake someone up. And I'll tell you what, if you can aim that thing just right in these trucks or these perpetrators, then you're fighting back. But don't do it to the wrong people. That's where you got to get confused. Don't get confused and hit the wrong folks, because this is, literally, it is assault. But yeah, folks, my video time's a little short here. As I was saying, I got pulled over by the cops last night, and they're now harassing me here in Pasadena. And they tried to strobe light me to death and put quintilones in the air around me. 4 or 5 of them pulled into a parking lot and said, I told them you had no probable cause to pull me over, but they just said they wanted to check me out, and I guess quintilone me and strobe light me to death. But that's how the police do it. They'll pull you over. If they can't get you into the way, they'll get the cops to come up, and cops to start talking to you gradually as their strobe lights are going off, and they'll just be misting these quintilones in the air. And yes, that's right, folks. They're not allergic to it. And, they pick people to do this that are not allergic to the drug. I don't know if you're allergic to it. Not everybody's allergic to it, but I imagine to an extent everybody is allergic to it, because, as I said before, it is the drug they gave the Gulf War soldiers in the Gulf War. But folks, I'm going to have to cut this short. I'm at 12:15 now, and I guess I could go into one more minute, but I'm running out of words here. But yeah, that's I don't know. I may not make another video for a while. I may have to lay low and be quiet for a while. I still don't have my video camera set up, my video card. Still don't have any money. I think I'm going to stop everything I'm doing and just try to take my mind off this. Maybe I'll be left alone for a while. I don't know. Okay, folks, if anything happens to me, well, you know why I died. Over and out.